"25 years ago, in this hallowed arena, one of the great British sporting moments occurred. Dennis Taylor, in front of viewers of 18 million, won the final frame against Steve Davis to become the 1985 world champion. Today, 25 years on, in a celebration of that occasion, it's Davis versus Taylor again, the rematch."
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this very special session of snooker. We're turning back the clock to bring out two legends of the game who went toe-to-toe in 1985. You were watching, so was I, and so were the Crucible crowd. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, first of all, a true hero of the modern game. He won the Grand Prix in 1984. He won the Masters in 1987, beating Alex Higgins. What a match. 19 million of us tuned in 1985. He was 8-0 down. It was the black ball. It was after midnight. He is the pride of Northern Ireland, Dennis Taylor! Dennis, glad to see the glasses are getting smaller. First thing, what a fabulous performance to miraculously appear in the quarterfinals here yesterday.
I thought your introduction was absolutely spot on, Rob.
Dennis, those memories from 25 years ago, they must be as fresh now as the moment they happened.
It's absolutely incredible. No one thought back then that we'd still be talking about that final, and it's just incredible how they keep remembering it. And Steve summed it all up. He said he'll remember that one more than the 6 that he won. And Steve's been a great sport. We do a lot of things together, and he's an absolute gentleman, and he takes it all in good spirit, because really, snooker was the winner that night, really. I happened to be the lucky one that knocked the black in.
And we've seen some fantastic performances and a great comeback by Robbo, actually, against Martin Gould from 11-5 down in the second round. But where did you draw the mental strength from to come back from such a hard margin that you were behind?
Well, the thing was, I played well throughout the whole World Championship that year. In the final, Steve never gave me a chance. You know, he kept me in the seat for the whole of the first session. I feel silly talking serious with these glasses on.
Only you could get away with it.
And I just knew if I got a chance, you know, never give up. And I didn't give up. And I played some of the best snooker of my career in that evening session to get back to just be 2 behind. And yeah, and it was just amazing how I managed to win the final frame, because both of us, we'd gone completely. We couldn't knock the balls in the pockets, and well, we just didn't know who was going to win in the end. And as I say, I was fortunate enough to send that little black ball into the corner pocket.
Well, I tell you what, you're under pressure today, because my goodness me, how he's rolled back the years this week.
I thought his match against John Higgins was out of this world. I think all the players were so proud of him. Even John Higgins was so gracious in defeat. And it took a lot out of him, and he just didn't perform against Neil Robertson the way he did against John. But to beat the current world champion, I think only Steve Davis could have done that.
What a champion, Dennis Taylor. Dennis, enjoy yourself. And now, please welcome, what a fantastic 12 days he's had here at the Crucible. He is one of snooker's greats, the ultimate ambassador for his sport. This was his 30th year at the Crucible. He's won a record 81 professional titles, 6 times a world champion, 6 times a UK champion. 25 years ago he was the Nugget, now he's simply a legend. Steve Davis! Good work, Steve.
Thank you. Some of these products work quite quickly.
I'm not sure the hair was that big 25 years ago. Before we talk about the final in '85, what an unbelievable 12 days you've had here.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed myself. It's been great, and yeah, I'd like to thank all of the fans that have been coming along to watch. I really felt the warmth of it was marvellous, but obviously we're not here today to talk about that.
Well, I know those memories of '85 have lingered long, and it's a subject very close to your heart, actually. In fact, I'm sure you enjoy speaking about '85 more than your 6 world titles from that decade. It was just an iconic moment in British sport. Could you take in the enormity of what was happening at the time?
No, not really.
Well, Dennis certainly enjoyed it, but he said that snooker was the winner that night. Would you agree?
Yes, I think so, yeah. I think that, you know, it captured the imagination of the public, and it was marvellous, and I was so pleased for Dennis. Yeah, I think snooker, yeah, I definitely think, you know, it was part of folklore history now, and to be involved in it was marvellous. And to think, as I've said many times before, we've talked about it, that so many people remember where they were when they watched that match. How amazing, and how much of a pleasure to be involved. I know one loss, but to be involved in something where so many people remember is you can't buy things like marvellous.
Amazing. And is it true, just finally, before we see this epic one-frame showdown, that you kicked Dennis off the practice table earlier this week because you had a quarter-final to contest?
Obviously, if I'd have made the semi-finals, this wouldn't have been happening. There would have been, you know, there would have been a problem with it. So, 7-1 down in the morning session, I finish my session, I go back to my room, and all of a sudden I've got to mentally prepare for the evening session. I walk in at 6 o'clock to have my practice before the match in the evening. Who's on the practice table preparing for the next day? Dennis. What a sign of confidence building that was for me.
Amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Davis, Dennis Taylor, let's play snooker!
Turn that round.
Did he look like Mick Hucknall with that wig on?
Is it a quick photo? OK, right.
Oh, I went up on the tiptoes, I remember. Do you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's fun, yeah.
Oh, that cramp.
OK, cramp. Cramp.
Are you going to toss, Arian, yeah?
I know what you're going to say.
No, no.
Well done. Hard lines.
It's a head.
It is.
Oh, great.
Good. Thank you. The first frame, Dennis Taylor.
What do you mean the first frame?
Yeah, no, it's the only frame.
Well, oh, what a shot.
Dennis Taylor gets the frame underway. And in the commentary box sat next to me, Mr. Maximum Man, Mr. Willie Thorne.
Well, not a bad breakup from Dennis, but obviously the man that's been in form this week is not a good long read in. Try to get under the pink in the middle. Unlucky.
In the middle.
Foul. And a miss.
25 years ago, John. It
Steve
almost
Davis
seems
1,
like
Dennis Taylor
yesterday.
6.
I think you'll find there were no misses.
Oh, well, no.
That was a perfectly good shot back then.
Yeah, I know it was then.
Are we reenacting this? Surely the miss rule doesn't apply. If you think the miss rule shouldn't apply, press pulse now. Oh, you're taking it seriously. I didn't know. It's a safety shot.
Cliff Thorburns there. We've got to play a few dump shots as well for Cliff.
A few safety shots for Cliff.
Well, I wonder whether Steve will attempt to pot this red and flick the red away from the black and stay on the black.
Cliff never played in his career.
Well, I can only presume the black must pot in the left-hand corner. And there is the legend Cliff Thorburn, the only overseas player to win the World Championship. It could possibly happen this year that Neil Robertson could win it.
You know when the commentators say, oh, that's a bad miss, and the top pockets look quite easy on the television? Let's find out. Oh, well, I've pushed that blade safe in the past.
Steve Davis one.
It's got my name. It's got...
You're testing me here, aren't you?
One.
He won't be happy with that. He's not on the black.
It's a twitchy one here, Cliff.
Well, you can just get through to it.
Whispering John Virgo.
Dennis Taylor one.
And that's a bad miss.
That was a bad miss.
That was very close for me.
I think that's a three-ball plant.
Well, he pulled a three-ball plant out there, but unfortunately not on the black, so it's the long pink into the corner.
Get him.
You can't be that lucky again, Steve. You've been lucky all his life.
You haven't left me the rest.
I'm sorry.
I don't think you can say he was
Not a
lucky
rest shot.
25
I'm
years ago.
useless with the rest, mate. Oh, sorry. Bit of pressure on this one.
This is a frame-winning opportunity.
Steve's just suggesting, as we would do in
For those
commentary,
here
that normally
don't
this
know,
would be,
I was the worst player in the world with the rest.
and probably
So
still
if this
is.
goes in, it'll be America.
This is, according to us, a frame-winning opportunity should the red go in. Yes, it's official. He is still the worst player in the world with the rest.
50 shot.
Don't worry.
Oh, no. No, I can't
I've got a
pop
kick. I've got a hangover.
One.
Oh, we'll definitely get rid of
pink.
the pink on the corner pocket there. Clear the path to the black. He's just got to make sure he doesn't kiss the black with a cue ball. As long as he misses the kiss on the black, he should be nicely on two reds to the left of the black spot. Be nice for Dennis to make a 50-yard break from this position. There's every chance. Decided not to play it slow.
You won't be happy with that.
Don't like this one.
7.
Even though he's smiling, he's not happy with that. It's mainly wind. One of the greatest shots to nothings I've ever seen.
Probably disappointed that red went in the middle there.
City. Hello, David. Eugene, where's the fitter? What am I going to do with this?
Pot it.
I'll try. I wonder if I got it there.
Oh, don't get too advanced.
Brown will go back up to his own spots, and
thinking
he's going to
one
have to
shot
hope
ahead.
there's a gap between the yellow and brown to get to the red in the middle.
Dennis Taylor 8. One.
Don't, please. Brown. Do you reckon? It's slidey, a bit slidey, new table. Brown. Green. Foul and a miss.
Steve Davis 1, Dennis Taylor 4.
Foul and a miss. I'm in the studio at 1. Oh, shot, Joe. Unlucky. Since I've taken my hair off, I've lost a lot of strength. Shot there.
1.
Oh, you can lose it. But then he's got it back.
Dennis Taylor 1.
John Parrott, stop laughing.
When we first heard of this, we thought, what a great idea this will be.
I think that final frame 25 years ago really took about 68 minutes. This one might not be far off.
It's got all the colours on their own spots.
8. Nine.
There's a bit more normality with the position of the balls now. Having the pot in the green.
Brown.
He's having another go at the
I
brown.
reckon it's going to go.
He's trying to get in between the gap of the four reds on the left and round the back of the pink. So keep an eye on the cue ball here. It's got to go in between the gap there, round the back. Oh, that would have been really close.
Oh. Steve
Round
Davis
the back
9,
of the
Dennis
pink,
Taylor
that would have
4.
been close.
It may look
How can you
stupid,
say
but
that? Looked really
work.
close. He hit the red half ball.
But it was going to be there, John.
Well,
If he'd have
what
missed
was
that
gonna
flick
be
on the
there
red,
and what wasn't?
Are you ever right in the commentary box?
Shot then.
1. Bounce.
Brown.
Same shot. Oh, no, black's in the room.
Five. You can't teach it.
Tight pockets, these.
Dennis Taylor 5.
Oh, dear. Oh, God. Oh, you won't get a better shot than that.
I don't know where I'm going.
Right, brother?
Red. I'm trying to figure out which is the easiest. I'm not bothered by position. I haven't had as much fun since the pigs ate one of my sisters.
Shot. It's looking ominous. That's officially a break.
5.
That's my highest break this season. Oh, I got a kick. Have
Dennis
the
Taylor,
white
5.
clean, Steve. That was a kick.
Apparently this match is being shown live in China. Seriously, can you imagine what the commentary's like? I just... Green. Dennis spoilt that shot. That's got me back in the game. Well, these are not easy.
4.
I'm going for the cross double. Like a furious one. There he goes, the treble.
Steve Davis, 4.
Another double.
This is where the tension really ratchets up a couple of notches. It's fast, isn't it?
It is true.
What do you mean, or?
1.
Oh, the microphone battery pack played.
Steve Davis is a little bit too old to get his leg over. It's all right, they won't get that in China.
Jesus Christ, that's fast. That's fast.
3.
I'm going to play a safety shot here. What's the scores? He won't like this. He'll go another shade of red after this shot. Oh no.
Steve Davis, 3.
That's a bit tight, this one. Might have to swerve around the yellow.
Oh, that's it. Hawkeye thinks that's a snooker.
Well, that was a good putt.
He didn't do that in '85.
He's hampered.
He's hampered.
Could play
Word
the
of
deep
2000,
screw with
I
the
think,
rest.
on the commentary world, hampered.
What, they haven't got a
Along with
16.
every credit, flat back pack, frame winning opportunity. Oh,
Here
he
we
got
go.
a kick. Oh, bad miss, yeah. I've seen
Dennis Taylor, 1.
I've seen some crap shots in my time. That was up there.
slow drag shot from Steve Davis has left him perfect on the green in the corner. He's 13 points behind.
Oh, no.
I think there's every chance of this being a black ball game, the way we're going.
I twitched.
Steve Davis, 2.
How did I twitch? Well, it's actually alcohol poisoning, but... Shut up.
3.
Be careful now. I'm sure I was in front by this stage.
On a string.
Ooh! Oh, that's a bad miss. That's a terrible... Oh, it's so
Dennis Taylor, 3.
This ground will cut.
Who said come on stage?
4.
And he's developed the blue. That will do.
Well, he's 12 points behind, so he can't afford to
Is it in off?
leave the blue on. The in-off must be very close if he plays the pot in the middle. Try and develop the pink here if he gets close to the pot. That was set the other way around. So Dennis Taylor's got the blue to once again beat Steve Davis's Crucible.
This is still anybody's, don't worry about that. Isn't it, when you just, the last ball when you need it, isn't it hard?
Yeah. Wait till you get to the black. Shot.
Steve Davis still in the frame, and I think Dennis could find himself snookered here.
Oh, yes, I am. Oh, yeah. I think I will be. I know. I'm playing this, don't worry about that. It's quite a fast table, John. Oh, no, missed out.
Steve Davis, 5.
Oh, Dennis could snooker Steve here.
Another twitch. 7 in it.
Don't go in the middle pocket, pink. How many cushions?
5 or 6. Pink. Please go in.
Get this. Come on, you beaut. Yes! Yes!
Wow, what an effort. What an effort.
Nah, no foul then. What a good shot.
How close was that?
Was that a miss?
It wasn't even a foul, Steve. Great shot.
Was it a miss? Yeah. Yeah, put it back again.
Thank you.
Put it back.
Well, Dennis taking the option of the miss just to see if Steve can get a little bit closer this time with this shot. At least it's going to be a black ball game now, and he may even play the black off 3 cushions again. Just watch the way he plays this black again. Play a similar way: side cushion, top cushion, side cushion, top cushion, left-hand side cushion, pop the black down the cushion.
And so it came to pass that the match ended up on the black. Dennis was the first player to have a shot at the black, weren't you?
Should we...
You potted a great pink, and the black ended up, from our memory, the black ended up there, and the white ball ended up, with good positional play, obviously. About there. And then what did you do?
I come out of my seat.
Yeah, you did.
Well, no, I was out of my seat because I just potted the pink.
Oh, yeah, of course you did.
And I knew I was going to go for the double, and I don't know, to this day, I went over and I kissed that there. And I come round and I thought, go for the double. Try a safety shot, you might not get a shot at the black. Have a go at the double. So this is what I played. Oh.
He's done it again.
Now, what happened? The black hit there. Were you at that end of the table?
I don't know where I was. Yeah, okay, yeah, I think so.
I'll leave him to it.
I think so. Yeah.
I missed the black. It hit the jaw of the pocket.
And the white ended up down here. No, I think perhaps it was down at this end.
The other way around. Yeah, there we go.
So you doubled it off of there, it hit that bump, and then went to there, and the
went
white ball went
safe.
round off 3 cushions and ended up here.
Yeah.
And I thought, what a lucky person he is. In all sorts of trouble, the only thing I could try was the up and down the table, which is really tough, so I sort of held everything together, quite close together. And I played the slow, twitchy, in-the-face shot, and the black, I was very pleased to see, went nowhere along the line it's going now, and it ended up there.
And the white was here.
Yeah, what a shot I played there.
And I was sitting.
No, please, no, please.
And I was sitting here.
Yeah, you were.
And I got out of my seat. And I used to say things under my breath, you know, things that people didn't want to hear, really. But he just missed the double kiss by a fraction. And I remember coming to the table saying to myself, that's the greatest shot I've ever seen under pressure in my life. Or words to that effect. It was more like you jammy gingerhead. And my next shot, I think, confused Steve, because I played the straightforward safety shot. I tried to double the black into this pocket here. And I hit it hard enough. If it didn't go in there, I might fluke it in there.
You see what I was dealing with?
So this is what I played.
This thing. So, obviously, after missing the double, he was bound to leave me a shot. That's what I had. I tried to play this full in the face to hit this cushion here, and hopefully there, the black down to there. Totally mishit it, and actually hit the black ball to there. So far out, completely gone. But so this was roughly the shot I played. But it didn't hit that cushion. It hit that cushion. Black went to there, black went over there, some sort of double kiss, and it always ended up with a white ball like that. Dennis didn't know exactly, because...
You bet I know where it was. That was the shot I was left with, so I had the first proper shot to win the World Championship and realise your ambition. And I'm thinking to myself, use all the years of experience. Keep your head still, don't lift your head. Push the cue in and out 4 or 5 times and you're world champion. And this was the shot I played after all those positive thoughts. I got down, keep your head still, push the cue in and out 4 or 5 times, and this is what happened.
There must be a magnet on this black.
But it didn't go in. It stayed on the table. The black hit there. It was a mile away. I mean, you couldn't have got further. It was about Rotherham he missed it by. The black ball came careering up the table slowly, and as I was sitting in my chair, and as the balls came to rest, the black was probably ended up about here, and the white ball roughly about here. I had a chance to cut the black to win the World Championship. I think it was like that. It may have been a bit closer, I don't know. Well, it was like that. OK, fair enough. It was somewhere in between. Somewhere in between. So, and there's a lot of argument about it, and obviously Hawkeye I have an argument with Hawkeye about it, but I don't know where it was. But anyway, I was in my chair, and I thought, I can pot this. And I started walking and realised that they weren't my legs. And it was all a bit slow motion-y. And I came to the table chalking somebody else's cue. And I gripped hold of the cue with Jimmy White's right hand. It wasn't my hand. And I thought, whatever you do, this is a very thin shot, under pressure, whatever you do, don't hit it thick. That's how you bottle it. Don't hit it thick. 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 And I didn't. I hit it thin. Very thin. So thin that the white ball had a lot more speed on it.
And the black didn't go in.
The black, because I didn't win that year. The black hit there, and went to there, and the white ball came up the table, went there, and a few people, my friends, went there. And I looked up at somebody who got a free ticket up the balcony, didn't pay, and walked back to my chair.
And I honestly didn't think Steve would miss the black, but under the pressure that we were both under, we could miss anything. And people often say, well, what was the black like that you potted? Well, after my attempt into this corner pocket with such a big, probably the biggest twitch ever seen at the Crucible Theatre, I came to the table, the balls were something like this, and I thought, well, don't even grip the cue. You normally just grip the cue not too tightly. I thought, well, don't even grip the cue. I'll let the butt of the cue rest on 4 fingers and kept my thumb out of the way. And when you see that last shot, it looks like it's on freeze frame because I took forever over playing the shot. And I got down without gripping the cue, let it go very loose, took ages on the shot, and missed the black.
Then I came to the table, got down with all the years of experience, and put it over the middle pocket, which is where Dennis finally potted it.
So this one I couldn't miss. You never seen this bit, did you? And I potted the black, and I went like... Double that one, double the wrong one.
Well, fantastic entertainment, but joking apart, gentlemen, I mean, it is folklore, isn't it? That the final all those years ago, and it's fantastic you can come back and do this for all the people and entertain it. Dennis, there mustn't be a day go by where you don't think about that final.
I just never get fed up with people talking about it, and every time I sort of play with Steve and I meet him and shake hands, he always wants to talk about it. Nah, it is amazing. And it's how the youngsters seem to remember it. The parents tell them, and they show that little clip every time snooker's on. And yeah, it was just, it's something I'll never forget for the rest of my life. It was just a marvellous occasion, yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, my psychoanalyst has been working on on me trying to forget it, but with no success so far.
I mean, I know how much you enjoy it because I sit next to you in the studio, and every time it gets mentioned in commentary or it comes up on a piece of VT, you really like it, don't you?
Well, look
Tell the truth.
Look, I tell you what, it's history. I was pleased to be part of it in the end. Really, you know, it was so exciting. You turn professional to play snooker, and the excitement you get from competitive play is the biggest. Well, we had the most exciting match. You know, it was too much, really.
Yeah, I think you've discovered a new way of playing the game, Dennis, as well. Have you tried to miss every ball there and potted everyone?
Listen, I think this fella's give us all inspiration. I might get the old cue out again because he had a chance after beating John Higgins of becoming a world champion at 52. So let's get the old cues out again. John, you shouldn't retire either. Yeah, there you go.
Got me right. Well, all that remains to be said is, gentlemen, it was a privilege for me to be a professional on the circuit. When I grew up, I was 20 years of age when that final was played, and it's been a privilege to play against you all over the years. Ladies and gentlemen, Dennis Taylor and Steve Davis.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that, taking you back 25 years. Nostalgia. Goodbye.